In this video, I'll be working out some of the problem, and you'll be expected to work out missing parts. Questions will pop up throughout the video, and hopefully you'll be able to answer them. So pay attention. Make sure you have your iPad and you're not trying to look at this on a really small screen of a phone. And you're probably going to need a piece of paper or one of the little whiteboards and a marker so that you can follow along and work out the steps that I do work out. Okay, ready? Here we go. All right, step 1. Let's see if we have any excluded values. What value makes that denominator 0? If x were 0. So in the cloud, let's just make ourselves a note in case our answer works out to be this. X cannot be 0. Check the other denominator. 3 times what number is 0? 3 times 0 is 0. We've already stated that. So moving on to step 2. Step 2 is to find a common denominator. So let's look at the smallest denominator. Oh yes, we should also say 9 is over 1 because we'll need to get a common denominator there as well. Okay, looking at the smaller denominator, what does that smaller denominator need to be multiplied by? There's the smaller denominator. We need it to look like that. So we need to multiply this one by what? 3. So we're going to multiply the bottom by 3. That means we also have to multiply the top by 3. So our new fraction is going to be 12 over 3x. Now let's look at the second part of this. Does this denominator look the same as this one? Yep, that one's good. What about this one? What do we need to multiply that one by? This one needs to be like that, so it needs multiplied by 3x. And if you multiply the bottom, same thing to the top. So let's write down what we got. We got a plus sign here. We did not change the second fraction. And then this one, 9 times 3x is 27x. On the bottom, 1 times 3x is 3x. Okay, next step. Now that we have the common denominator, what can we do with those denominators? We can cross them out. Yay! Get rid of them. And let's write down what's left. Well, we have 12 and plus 1. Don't forget the equal sign. Equals 27x. Next step, we need to combine any like terms that we have. And we have them here. 12 plus 1 is 13. And what is the last step? The last step is to solve for x, get x by itself. So we're looking at x, and 27 in front of it means 27 multiplied by x. And the opposite of multiplying is dividing. So we're going to divide both sides by 27. And 27 goes into 27 over here. 27 goes into 27 one time. So that'd be 1x, which is just x. And nothing reduces, so 13 over 27. And let's take one check. What do we need to check for? Make sure it's not that answer there. It is not. So we're good. Done. 13 over 27. Okay, take a look at this one and you decide what will the common denominator be? What will you need to make each denominator equal? Think about that for a minute. That's the next question. And the answer to that is 15x. So we're going to make each one of them equal 15x. So let's forgot to state my excluded values. Should do that real quick. 5 times x. 5 times what number is 0? 5 times 0 is 0. So in the cloud, X cannot equal 0. Same thing for the second fraction. 3 times what number is 0? 3 times 0, so there's that answer. And this doesn't have an x in it, so we don't have to worry about that one. 15 is not going to be 0 ever, because it's not 15x. Okay, so we said to get your common denominator of 15x, we need to multiply the first fraction by what? 3. Top and bottom multiplies by 3. Okay, let's look at the second fraction. Think about it for a minute. What do you multiply the top and bottom of this second fraction by to make it the same as that one? This one needs a what? This one needs to be multiplied by 5. Top and bottom. Now let's look at the last fraction over here. We need it to be the same as both of these. This one is 15x. This one is 15x. What do we need to multiply this one by so that it will be the same? X, exactly. So multiply top and bottom of this one by x. Let's see what our new fractions are going to be. We got 24 over 15x. Bring down the minus sign. And then we have 10 over 15x. And then last we have 4x over 15x. Now what is the next step in this process? Next step is, yes, canceling out those denominators. Let's hope you got that right. They're all the same, so we can cancel them all out. Now I want you to finish solving this and tell me what the final answer is. Let's see what we get. 24 minus 10. 24 minus 10 equals 4x. That's 14 equals 4x. Divide by 4. And 14 over 4 reduces because 2 goes into both those numbers. 2 equal to 14 7 times, and 2 equal to 4 2 times. And is that, just check, is that the excluded value? No, it is not. So we're good to go. Did you get that right? 7 over 2. All right, you tell me what are the excluded values for this equation. Check your denominators. And there are 2 values that make these denominators 0. You figure that out. Let's hope you said one of the excluded values is positive 5, because 5 minus 5 is 0. So x cannot equal positive 5. And the same thing there, positive 5 minus 5 is 0. And this one, well, x squared minus 25, remember, it can be written as x plus 5 times x minus 5. So we already had the x minus 5 there. X minus 5, we already had that. Let's look at the x plus 5. What number plus 5 is 0? Negative 5. So your other excluded value should have been x cannot be negative 5. Now tell me what the common denominator is going to be. What are you going to make all the denominators? Let's hope you said the common denominator is going to be x plus 5 times x minus 5. So that we need to multiply the first fraction by what? We need to multiply it by x plus 5. It already has the x minus 5. It just needs the x plus 5. And don't forget to do the top. Now looking at the second one, that denominator already has x minus 5. It needs x plus 5 as well. And same thing to the top. And then looking at the last one, well, this denominator is x plus 5, x minus 5. That one's x plus 5, x minus 5. That one's x plus 5, x minus 5. Does this one need anything? No, it does not. So we're good to go on that one. Let's see what we got here. Okay, distributing the 1 to both of those, 1 times x, 1 times 5, still results in x plus 5. Bring down that plus sign. Second part, same thing, distributing 1, leaves x plus 5. And leave this one the same. What's the next step? So hope you said all the denominators are the same, so we can cross all those off. Now I want you to finish this problem and tell me what the final answer is. Well, let's see what the final answer is. We have x plus 5 plus another x plus 5 equals 4. And we have like terms. We need to combine those like terms. We have an x here and plus another x here. What is x plus x? 2x. We have positive 5 plus another 5. That's positive 10. And if we bring down the equals 4, now it's time to do PEMDAS backwards. So we start with adding and subtracting. And subtract 10 from both sides. Divide by 2. And let's hope your answer was -3. And because -3 is not one of those values, we're good to go. That is the end.